Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H recently confirmed a massive Roman Reigns matchup for the WWE Survivor Series, WarGames Premium Live event. The original Tribal Chief shared the game's update on social media. As of now, the OG bloodline consists of Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn. Meanwhile, the new bloodline comprises Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Both groups will clash in the highly anticipated WarGames match in Vancouver, Canada on November 30, 2024. Taking to Instagram, Triple H sent a message to both Reigns and Sikoa's group ahead of their WarGames match. The former undisputed WWE Universal Champions shared this update on his Instagram story. This week on Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso were on a mission to recruit the fifth member for their team at Survivor Series, WarGames. The master strategist informed the Usos that he had someone in mind. In a shocking turn of events, Sami approached Seth Rollins, a longtime rival of Roman Reigns. The visionary went off on the former Intercontinental Champion and claimed he had exhausted every means possible to dethrone the original Tribal Chief from his dominant position. Rollins called his former Shield member a tyrant, declined to join the fifth spot in the WWE Survivor Series, WarGames match, and told Sami Zayn he was out of his mind. Spoilers for next week's Raw revealed that the new bloodline cost the visionary his match against Bronson Reed. This has seemingly led to the Auszilla joining Solo Sikoa's side for WarGames and Seth Rollins aligning with Roman Reigns for a 5-on-5 match. Fans will have to wait until the upcoming Monday night show to determine which WWE stars will compete in the 5 vs. 5 Survivor Series, WarGames match. In the electrifying world of WWE, where every moment is amplified to epic proportions, news of a major event typically sends shockwaves through the wrestling universe. On a recent episode of SmackDown, fans were treated to a monumental announcement that would shape the trajectory of the upcoming months. WarGames is back, and who better to share this news than Roman Reigns, the reigning undisputed WWE Universal Champion and leader of the Bloodline. In a segment that would go down in WWE history as a game-changer, Roman Reigns stepped into the spotlight, a cool, calm demeanor reflecting his dominance in the company. But this wasn't just another promo. Reigns, in his usual manner, was here to deliver something monumental. And it wasn't just a simple message from the Tribal Chief. No, this was Triple H's own update, marking an iconic moment in WWE's modern era. The night began like any other SmackDown broadcast. The arena was packed, the energy palpable, and the fans were in full voice. However, as the show hit its peak, the lights dimmed and the unmistakable chords of Roman Reigns' theme echoed through the arena. His entrance was as commanding as ever. The WWE Universe erupted into a sea of cheers and boos, a testament to Reigns' ability to draw both admiration and disdain. Reigns, flanked by the Usos, Jimmy and Jey, as well as Solo Sikoa, walked with purpose. The Bloodline's presence was felt throughout the arena. Each member of the faction, though physically imposing on their own, took a backseat to Reigns' larger-than-life aura. As the champion ascended to the ring, his piercing gaze locked onto the camera, a signal that something significant was about to unfold. The music cut, and the crowd settled, ready for the latest development in the saga of the Tribal Chief and his family. Roman raised the microphone, and his words were measured, deliberate. "Ladies and gentlemen, the game has spoken," Roman began. Triple H, the man who rebuilt this company into what it is today, the man who runs the show, has made a decision. And when Triple H makes a decision, we all listen. Triple H understands what makes WWE great. He knows what it takes to push this business to new heights. And that's why, for the first time in history, we're bringing WarGames to Survivor Series. That's right, the most brutal, unforgiving match in WWE history is back. And Triple H is making it official. We are going to war. The WWE Universe was on fire. WarGames had become synonymous with chaos, destruction, and fierce rivalries. And now, The match was going to be showcased on one of WWE's biggest annual events. For fans, the announcement was the culmination of months of anticipation. Ever since Triple H took over creative control, speculation had run wild that WarGames, a match made famous in NXT, would eventually come to the main roster. Roman Reigns' voice dropped, oozing with that signature intensity. But you all know what's even better. When the bloodline enters the fray. We've been running this business, and at Survivor Series, we're going to show everyone that no one, not even WarGames, can stop us. The mention of the bloodline sent a jolt through the arena. Fans were already imagining the possibility of Reigns, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa dominating inside the multi-ring structure. The atmosphere thickened with excitement as Roman's words resonated deeply with fans and competitors alike. WarGames itself is a match steeped in history, made famous by the legendary faction wars of the 1980s. It involves two teams of combatants, each starting with one member in the ring, with a new competitor joining every few minutes. The match officially begins when all participants are in the ring, and the only way to win is by submission or surrender. In recent years, WarGames had become a staple of WWE's NXT brand, but its move to the main roster was a dream for many fans who saw the brutal match as a way to elevate feuds to a whole new level. The concept had been used sparingly, but with the stakes higher than ever, it was clear that Survivor Series would be the perfect stage for such a high-octane contest. Roman Reigns' involvement in the match would undoubtedly add another layer of intrigue. As the undisputed champion, Reigns was used to being the focal point of attention, but in WarGames, he would have to contend with not only the physical chaos, but also the strategic brilliance of managing his faction through the unpredictable environment. With Roman's mention of the bloodline, fans began to wonder, who would oppose the faction in this high-stakes contest? Who could possibly stand up to the power and unity that Reigns had cultivated over the past few years? Would there be a returning legend or a surprising alliance formed to take down the tribal chief and his brothers? The weeks following the announcement of WarGames would be filled with drama, chaos, and storylines developing at breakneck speed. The unpredictability of a WarGames match, where alliances are tested, egos clash, and the risks are higher than ever, had fans buzzing with speculation. And with Roman Reigns and the bloodline as the centerpiece, the anticipation for Survivor Series reached a fever pitch. In the lead-up to the event, Roman Reigns was bound to continue his dominance, perhaps even manipulating the situation to ensure that the bloodline had the upper hand. His control of the narrative in WWE was unmatched, and with Triple H's backing, Roman would make sure that WarGames was his match. At the same time, challengers would be lining up to take their shot at the undisputed champion. Would we see a faction rise up to oppose the bloodline? Could stars like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, or even newcomers like LA Knight make their mark in such a brutal match? The possibilities were endless, and the entire WWE universe was on the edge of their seats, waiting to see how it would all unfold. Roman Reigns' announcement of WarGames made official what fans had hoped for, a return to the ruthless, hard-hitting nature of WWE's most brutal match. But in true Roman fashion, he framed it as not just a match, but an opportunity for his faction to reaffirm their dominance over the entire company. For Reigns, WarGames wasn't just about survival. It was about showing the world that the bloodline was the most powerful force in WWE, and no one, not even the chaos of WarGames, would be able to stand in their way. As the night closed, Roman Reigns walked away with that familiar swagger, his role in this WarGames event all but assured. But in the WWE, where anything can happen, fans were left wondering, who would dare challenge the bloodline? And could anyone possibly stop Roman Reigns from continuing his reign of dominance? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain, WarGames was going to be one of the most unforgettable matches in WWE history.